Hello and welcome to your Skyhawks Scoreboard Update. I'm Mitch Davis alongside Mark Mostowski. Lots to get to today. Let's start off with men and women's soccer who were playing for their postseason lives this past weekend. The men took on University of Colorado Springs. And by the way, that team was just 1 point behind us in the standings coming into this weekend, so crucial game for us. Tight game throughout. Unfortunately, the Skyhawks fall in overtime to the Mountain Lions 1-0. So the Skyhawks would need a rebound on Sunday against Metro State. Fortunately, that didn't happen either. The men lose their second straight shutout, 2-0 at Metro. So let's take a look at the RMAC tournament standings. Skyhawks earn a 6th seed, and we'll get a rematch against Colorado Springs in Springs on November 2nd.
Yeah, that's right, Mitch. So this season, Skyhawks swept Christian during the season. In fact, outscoring them 5-0 on goals from 5 different Skyhawks. But as you know, it's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. And now that we're going into the tournament, all bets are off. So they're playing for their postseason lives here. It's one and done.
It's one and done. There's no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow.
Yeah. So, you know, the men's soccer team coming into this weekend, they were ranked 3rd. The top 4 teams host. Really would have been nice to be able to host those games.
Well, it would have been great. They'd love to be here at Dirks Field, right?
Yeah. You know, elevation, altitude, and all that stuff. But.
Yeah.
Turning to the women's team now. The women also had a tough road this weekend. Beginning with a match against Colorado School of Mines, which is the 10th ranked team in the country on Friday. Defense was actually pretty good for the Skyhawks. It was scoreless throughout the majority of the game, but the offense could only manage 2 shots on goal, which is a season low for them. And it was in the 69th minute that Mines' Haley Cole scored the game winner. So that was a disappointing loss for women. They had to come back on Sunday, hopefully win that game because the women were kind of clinging onto playoff position. On Sunday, the team played Colorado Christian University. The Skyhawks had more shots on goal, actually. The offense woke back up. But unfortunately, the only shot that mattered was Colorado Christian's goal, and the Skyhawks fall 1-0. And this is actually the first time that Christian has made the postseason tournament in 20 years.
20 years. So good for them.
Good for them. So the Skyhawks end up with the 7th seed in the RMAC tournament, which is extremely fortunate for us, though we do have to take on number 2 CSU Pueblo on Wednesday.
Right. Yeah, it was a tough weekend for the women, and they are fortunate. Like you mentioned, the RMAC has expanded their tournament this year to be an 8-team playoff, so we're definitely happy and fortunate to be here. Our last game against Pueblo was our home opener, and we did beat them in double overtime 3-2. So that's something that we can look back and maybe look positively on. And we did have 3 different women score in that game. So it's going to have to be a complete team effort if they want to really go after them in the tournament.
I think it was Renee Terrell scored the game winner in the home opener against Pueblo. So
right.
she's a key part of the team. So let's hope.
Let's hope.
Some better news was football's road trip to South Dakota School of Mines on Saturday. Mines is actually a pretty good team. They're 5-3. They were 5-3 coming into this game, and going into the fourth quarter, actually FLC was down 38-24. But we were able to rattle off 3 scores in the fourth quarter while holding Mines to only 7 points. So it came back, tied in overtime, 45-45. In overtime, Mines got the ball first, scored a touchdown first, kicked the point after like most people would say you're supposed to. Then the Skyhawks got the ball. We responded. Drake Griffin, 15 yards for a touchdown. He just had been doing that all day. And like I said, conventional wisdom says kick the PAT, go for the tie, extend the game. Coach Riff?
Not this game,
no?
right? No. So gutsy call by Coach Riff. He decided to maybe do a little Pittsburgh Steelers action here, go for 2.
Yeah.
Forget about kicking the point after and just go for 2. And I think he kind of figured, why not? Let's go for it. We're 2-6. We're on the road, right? Let's put this away and have a good ride home back to Durango. And they did it. They put it away.
And how long is that drive to Rapid City, South Dakota?
I looked it up. It's 12 hours
12
according
hours.
to Google Maps.
So I can understand why. Let's just get on the bus and head on home.
That's right. Let's win the game, get on the bus, have a good drive home.
Yeah, so huge win for the Skyhawk football team. Second win in a row.
That's true.
And, they're coming back home to play New Mexico Highlands, a team that they should win against. But all in all, for football, great performance by them. Like I mentioned, Drake Griffin, 168 yards, 4 touchdowns.
And both teams, right, putting up 105 points. So talk about an offensive game, and then you win by 1 point. So that's a pretty exciting game.
Yeah, you make an excellent point. 105 points scored in the game, and you win by 1. There you go.
There you go.
And actually, it was Mines really held the advantage through the air. They had 5 touchdowns, I think it was, through the air. But we had over 400 yards rushing on the ground between Drake, P.J. Hall, and Bo Coleman. So
yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, with it was both teams. They dominated in the air, and we dominated on the ground. So it was definitely an offensive game for both sides.
Yeah, and you'd expect in a game like this, turnovers would play a factor, but not really. I mean,
didn't seem too much. We had 2 turnovers and they had 1, so they had an advantage there. But again, both teams put up plenty of points.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Skyhawks come home for their final home season game on Saturday against New Mexico Highlands. So hope to see everyone there for that. So let's move to volleyball now. Up and down weekend for the Skyhawk volleyball team. We hosted New Mexico Highlands on Friday night. Actually came away with a 3-set sweep of New Mexico Highlands of the Cowgirls on Friday. That was great to see. On Saturday, we almost had another great win. The Skyhawks, we were playing CSU Pueblo. We got down 2-0, then won the next 2 sets, forced that 5th and deciding set. Just couldn't pull it out, ended up falling to the Timberwolves 3-2.
Yeah, that's too bad. They did a great job fighting back against the Timberwolves. I mean, especially anytime you fall down, you fall behind 0-2. That's tough to fight back, and they did, and they showed a lot. I think a lot of resiliency and grit with that. But fortunately for them, 3 of their next 4 matches are at home. November 7th is their final home game against Westminster, and that'll be senior night. So come on out and support your Skyhawks.
Yeah. One of those final 3 home matches against Colorado Mines, I think they're 2nd, maybe 3rd in the RMAX. That's going to be a tough one. But let's hope.
Right.
Finally, to golf. Both the men's and women's team were in California this last week at the Cal State San Marcos Fall Classic. How do they get to go to California? What? We didn't get to go to California.
I think we should look at that. Maybe with the next show we should do it in California.
I wonder, we should check on our eligibility to see if we can join.
There you go.
Anyway, at the Cal State San Marcos Fall Classic, both teams played well. The women had a top 10 finish, finishing 10th overall. They led by Summer V. Hill and Isabella Martinez. The men came away with actually a 4th place finish, and Hugh Taylor, the Skyhawks men's team, placed 3rd with Michael Thomas, all 6'8" of Michael Thomas,
all 6'8",
finishing 8th. So great match, great performance by the Skyhawk men's and women's golf team.
Yeah, and so now they close out the season for the winter, and we'll look forward to seeing them when they pick back up in the spring. So way to go, golf team.
Our Player of the Week honors have to go to Hugh Taylor for his 3rd place finish men's golf this past week, and as well as football's Drake Griffin for his 168-yard, 4-touchdown performance against South Dakota Mines. Remarkable performance from both of them. Mark, who you got for the women?
For the women, congratulations has to go to Kendra Swackenberg for notching a 3-set match FLC record with 34 assists in a straight sets victory over New Mexico Highlands. So way to go, Kendra. That's an outstanding performance.
Yeah, great job, all three of them. For all your Skyhawk sports info, go to GoSkyhawks.com, and we'll leave you with the conclusion of the South Dakota Mines Skyhawk football game. See you next week.
Go Skyhawks.
The ball is at the Hard Rocker just inside the 15. Here's the snap. The give to Griffin. He cuts it up the middle. He's at the 10, the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. He started off to his right, cut it back over the middle.
They're going to go for 2 here. Everybody's signaling go for 2. They're going to try and end this right now.
Griffin is in the backfield. Coleman
sends 3 receivers right. Got an H-back to his right.
Here's the snap. He's going to run it to the left side. He's into the end zone. He got it. He just ran it around the left end, and he gets the 2-point conversion. And Fort Lewis with a terrific comeback.